What up, world? It's the Cant Focus Podcast once again, and we got some breaking news.
Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah.
right,
Yeah, breaking
yeah,
news. Yeah.
straight from New Hampshire. All right, the primary was tonight, and the big news about this primary was Trump going up against Nikki Haley, and who was going to take the win, the W. All right, I go by the name of Alive. You can find me at Alive Raps.
What up, what up? This your boy, Kno Music, a.k.a. I got more bars than Barbara Walters right now. Feel me?
Wow.
Current news.
What it is, what it do, what it be like, what's good, what's hood. It's your boy, Martin Hopeful. You can find me at Martin Hopeful.
Yeah, I'm like Kno Music, too.
And your boy Trinidad, my son
Trinidad.
is over here.
Dumb Donnie.
Over here.
You
Dumb
mean
Donnie.
triple dumb.
Wow, you hung up. All right, there you are. All right, we got.
Hey, Donald, chill out, man. You just won. You don't got to be a dictatorship
Triple
yet.
dump.
It's just the poll. That's just the primary. You don't got to be a
Just
dictator yet.
relax, Donald.
Wow.
So we have some breaking news. Basically, the New Hampshire primary happened tonight, and we're gonna see the results of that. Let's share screen real quick.
Let's see what Alive's favorite news network has to say.
Yo, I think you forget. I hate all news networks.
This is Hollywood Unlocked. They're going to put Alive's favorite one if he's so kind to show us.
There we go. Okay.
All right.
There we
Look at
go.
that.
This is an important win for Trump, given the role that undeclared voters, moderate New England Republicans, play in this state in particular.
He defeats his only notable rival still in this race, former Governor Nikki Haley. Haley appears to be running a somewhat closer race than the recent polling had showed. Both of these candidates will receive a share of the 22 delegates at stake tonight. You have to get over 10% in order to start divvying up those delegates, and she's in that range.
Okay. So
Right.
Nikki Haley seems like she's actually done better than what you would have projected. Let's go to the next screen here.
Congratulate Donald Trump on his victory tonight. He earned it, and I want to acknowledge that. Now, you've all heard the chatter among the political class. They're falling all over themselves, saying this race is over.
It's not over.
It's never over.
Well, I have news for all
Never
of them.
forget.
New Hampshire is first in the nation. It is not the last in the nation.
Ain't you just do Iowa?
This race is far from over. There are dozens of states left to go.
All right.
Woo!
So
I like that fire. Let's go.
yeah.
Ooh, I
You
like
know,
how he
racist.
said the same thing twice so we can clap at it.
Yeah, so I mean, look, say what you want. Obviously Trump was projected to win and stuff like that, but it is true what they said on Fox News, as well as with yeah, by the way, that newscaster on Fox News, they're actually when it comes to Fox News, I've learned is like some of the more trustworthy sources on that network. So it was nice hearing from them. And one of the things that they said is that, this was a lot closer than we thought it would be. You know what I mean? It's a lot closer than it was projected to be initially. So that's something to take heed of. Nikki Haley is not like just, bowing out or rolling over on this. But here's the thing. I mean, the projections didn't really work for this one, but the next projections for the next state, which I believe you got to excuse the background noise. I have a newborn. The next
Celebrating
projections,
Trump's victory?
that's what they do. But yeah, the next projections for the next state, which I think is North or South Carolina, one of them. I believe I'm hearing that it's Nikki Haley's home state, and apparently she's not doing well projection wise.
Her home state is crazy.
I know. Yeah,
There's
that's
rumors
wild.
that might be her home state.
There's rumors. They've said, them.
There's rumors that that's her old place. And
Yeah.
also rumors that she's not doing well in the rumored old place that she allegedly stayed at as a child.
It's a lot of tea going around about Nikki Haley right now.
But first question is, are you guys surprised that Donald Trump is this far again? He seems to be the front runner of the Republican Party going forward in this primary.
Yo, I thought he was going to jail though. That ain't happening.
Yo,
don't get me wrong. Like, I don't want nobody to go to jail, but like, I could have sworn I thought he was going to be going to jail.
Listen to me. I don't understand how he's here. They say he sold classified documents. Bro, if I stole cable, I would get in trouble. He sold classified documents. You know what? I don't be.
But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Sometimes money makes the world go round. He probably put some hush money there. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, there's a whole case going on, but it's probably not going to be until close to the election or after that you get a legit ruling on that. From what I'm understanding, I hear rumors that that's the case.
The screen is small for me. Do you think you could read the data?
Yeah, absolutely. I could also zoom in. It's a fantastic.
Yeah, I think he should be in jail. Again, I'm not the big Sleepy Joe fan. I really don't understand why Democrats are going to run a candidate, even though he is president. I don't understand why they're going to run the candidate that they know will lose to Trump. And I don't know why they're not building up one right now.
Right.
But, who am I?
It's kind of a weird thing that happened in the Democratic lane. They've kind of just allowed it to be like whatever, By the way, here's some of the information here that I've got. Let me refresh this to make sure it's and we could go over a little bit of the Democratic Party stuff too. But yeah, so here's a live reporting of what's going on in New Hampshire. It's 72% reporting. You got Donald Trump here, 54% of the votes. Nikki Haley, 43%.
Oh, sorry.
What happened?
I was trying to zoom in.
Oh, okay. 43% of the votes. And then, you want me to zoom in more?
Yeah, that's actually really good for her. These are probably the best results she could have gotten. Does he win the primary? Most likely, but she still has a puncher's chance. That's 43%. The problem, though, is that this is New Hampshire. She couldn't win with moderate Republicans. When she gets into like country, yeehaw, got my gun, you're gonna, wow, that might have been racist. I'm sorry to all my country folk. I really love country music now, so I feel like that was not nice. But you're gonna have a hard time.
In a small town.
Yeah,
baby.
You make it down the road.
Where that song was big, if you couldn't win New Hampshire, you have a hard time. You would have a hard time there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So it's, but here's the thing.
One might say, if you cross that line, it won't take long.
And here's the thing, though. She's only 10% off.
It's a fire song. Yeah, but that's New Hampshire.
And then, you're right. It's New Hampshire, but if you look at what she was projected, it was not supposed to be this close.
Oh,
you know
right.
what I mean?
That's true, too. That's true. Projections, surprise you.
Polling exactly.
The always a little different sometimes.
Exactly. And she got 6 delegates. He's got 11. It's really like they're off by like half in that joint, and they're floating around 10% difference. That's not too far off, bro. Like,
no, she has to. There is a strategy that she can go for now. He hasn't been debating, and I'm taking this from a good friend of ours. I don't want to say their name, so I don't know if they want to be part of this, but it's not my original thought. A good friend of ours said this is, he's been running away from debates, and it's easier to get him to debate you now. Because what, are you running away from me? You're just running away from me. You know what I'm saying? Before it was like 3 people. So you're like, circus show. It's Vivek, it's Ron DeSantis, and now it's not. Now it's just Nikki Haley, buddy.
Right.
You scared of words? You scared of thoughts? You can't do this again?
Right. Right. And then so here's a weird thing that's happening on the Democratic Party end, real quick. So you got this dude, Dean Phillips. He was like the main dude. Him and Marianne Williamson were running. But Dean Phillips was the one who was like the closest to getting something when it comes to the whole, Democratic Party. But even him, look at that gap, bro. Like 49% compared to 21%. Like Biden just takes it on the Democratic Party side because they didn't even try. They really didn't. They didn't have anyone, to go up against Trump, That's the whole thing. Who goes up against Trump? And no one is stepping into that ring. And Dean Phillips, he jumped into the race very late, very late. If he jumped in earlier, maybe he would have had a shot. Especially considering the fact that he's ahead of Marianne Williamson. Let me give her respect by showing her. He's ahead of Marianne Williamson, and this is like her second time running, So, yeah. Now, the weird thing that happened with Joe Biden, because if you notice, Joe Biden's not doing any interviews. He's not campaigning. I haven't seen him, there is no need for a debate right now until he goes up against Trump. But none of that's been happening. And if you look, it says unprocessed write-in, right? You see that? Unprocessed write-in?
Mm-hmm.
Dog, you had to vote for Joe Biden. You had to write his name in. Now there's a whole story behind that I haven't gotten into, but that was something that I just learned today, that's how they're having to do it out there. So it's a real weird thing that's happening on the Democratic side. No one is confident about Joe. No one is excited about Joe. And essentially, once again, we're in a situation where you got two very, very, very old guys, very, very old white men that are running for president, and we're basically stuck with this right now. You know what I mean?
Rematch.
Who basically are having trouble making coherent statements. So that's where we're at right now.
Trump is really doing that. I mean, look, again, not the big Sleepy Joe fan. Sometimes he looks disoriented.
Same,
I think symbolically, it looks horrible that he's the president. I'll take him over Trump 1,000 times a day, though. 1,000 times a day. I think we're at the precipice of World War III. That's not like a hyperbole. I really mean that. I think you could accurately draw out lines on the sand of which country lands where, right? You got the NATO countries. You have, those that align with the NATO countries a little bit, which, like kind of like a Saudi Arabia would probably align with us, Pakistan, India might align with us in that. And then you could run it back the other way, where it'll be like China, Iran, Russia. They'll probably be running their own program. And we have conflicts that involved some of those. We have active conflicts in Ukraine with Russia, active conflicts between Gaza and the Israelis, where Iran is very vigilant of what's happening there. So at any moment, the political stage could turn. And do y'all want Trump at the helm? This the same Trump that might have sold out the whereabouts of our spies through classified documents to other international bodies. You know what I'm saying? It's the same Trump that this isn't even like a evil thing. This isn't like a political thing. This is just a dumb Donnie thing, where he accepted a phone call from Taiwan before China for the congratulations, and it accelerated China's ambition to invade Taiwan again. China was cool on Taiwan. Like, everybody knew China wanted Taiwan, but China was like, all right, we the country. We're the China that they recognize. We'll get Taiwan in due time. And then dumb Donnie accepts the congratulations phone call from Taiwan first. And then China is like, oh, how dare y'all? We the real China. And it's just like little things like that. Little things like that he does. Joe's gone.
Interesting. I don't have too deep of a take on the subject matter. I think that I was expecting Trump to win. I'm actually expecting Trump to win again, the presidency.
Looks like it.
Especially because honestly, I heard nothing from the Democratic side. And of course, that means that Joe Biden is going up against Trump again. And I have seen quite a few people on my timeline that have now made the switch over to Trump.
I've seen a lot of that. A lot of people.
I'm tired of these Democrats failing me. I'm tired of Sleepy Joe, Kamala Harris not doing anything for my people. I'm just gonna vote for Trump or not vote at all. I've seen that now. And it kind of makes you wonder, like, where is our leadership heading towards? You know what I'm saying? After Trump, after these 4 years with Trump, if he does end up becoming president, who's next? Who's going to be next on that long list of leaders? And honestly, I don't know where this country is going, but it sounds a lot like what you were saying, Kano.
Yeah, and I also don't really want Nikki Haley to win like that either, to be honest. Yeah, this is the same person who said she didn't think that slavery had anything really to do with the Civil War, right? Like,
yeah, that joint was wild. That was wild. I actually wanted to do a reaction video on that. It's just like bro, like slavery alone, and you just want to, and I heard her explanation. She made a deeper explanation during her campaign. She was saying that the reason why I believe that racism doesn't exist is because my mother told me that it didn't exist, and when I had that mentality, it didn't give me a victimhood mentality. And I was like, oh, okay. You do know that racism exists.
No, I get it now.
You just want to ignore it. You want to willfully ignore it so that way you can feel better about yourself.
No, it makes sense. You know what? This whole time I thought maybe I don't look like Brad Pitt, but my mom was always like, "You're handsome like Brad Pitt." I guess I just didn't believe it, you know? I didn't believe it enough to make it real.
Wow,
that's
man.
ridiculous.
Is that Brad Pitt? I didn't realize.
That's such a ridiculous thing to say. Slavery, I say racism doesn't exist because my mom said racism doesn't exist. It's crazy. By the way, her name.
And I'm like, yo, this woman is tied up, is like close to Trump in the polls.
Her name isn't even Nikki Haley. It's Nikki Haley. It's something else because she's ethnic. If racism didn't exist, why are you changing your name, shorty? You know,
that's so all of that to me is just a bunch of it's just a bunch of whatever. Like I don't really I'm not even like in my head. I'm just thinking, what's the next step? You know what I'm saying? So, all right, he's a contender for presidency. Who's up against him?
Do you think Do you think anyone can stop Trump from becoming president in 2024?
The people who are very anti-Trump. Those are the anti-Trumpers. Those are the people that's gonna.
I don't see it.
That's gonna try. That's gonna attempt to. But I feel like we're not as hard. We're not going as hard as we used to. 2020. One thing I realized, 2020, we had time to be in our cribs and we saw all of this. We took all of this in and we got more active with these different things. Now that we're in 2024, the pandemic is kind of like almost a thing of still present and prevalent, but I guess physically is a thing of the past. Like we're forgetting, we're forgetting the unity that we used to have, and we were so unified in getting rid of Trump. I remember two hosts that was going to destroy my life because I said I didn't want to vote.
Excuse me?
Huh? Oh, okay. So with that being said, like I'm not even mulling it over any further. I mean, like I'm gonna do my research, find out who I want to vote for, and vote for that person. And I don't care if you vote for that person, that's a vote for Trump. I don't care. I'm gonna vote for my heart of hearts who I want to be president.
I
And if
think
they don't care about my views, and they don't care about my views, which is black people. I'm voting for anybody that's black. I want to see some advancement in the black community. When I see that, I'll be like, all right, yo, I'm with you. That's why I voted for Shorty when she was running for mayor. I forgot her last name. Maya something.
Yeah, I remember.
I voted for her,
Yeah.
and the reason why is because her campaign was all about how she was going to put more jobs in for people in the inner city communities, which is what you need. Like, so that gives more options, so the drug dealer could be like, should I do the drug thing, or should I do this one thing where I could be able to fend? I can hustle on my own. I think she wanted to do like entrepreneurship classes for people. So like things like that, I want to see in my community. I want that to be very prevalent. And if my president don't want that, I'm not voting for him. And I don't care if it's a vote for Trump.
To circle back,
no, it's not. It's a vote for me.
To circle back to tonight, though, I think tonight signifies. It's telling us. It's a moment. Wow, words are hard. It's a moment where we can see that it's almost inevitable that a Trump 2024 victory is among us.
Yeah, I do agree.
They did everything. They did everything they could to stop it. That man cannot be stopped.
Yeah, and it's a crazy thing.
He came back stronger like Goku.
My man.
That's your second DBZ reference tonight.
Ultra Instinct,
well done.
Ultra Instinct Trump.
So it seems like the Republican Party just didn't have anyone that was, I mean, she's coming the closest. Nikki Haley's coming the closest. No,
nobody got no firepower for him. He's like, it's incredible. But you know what? This is what America deserves. It's the reflection of your society, right? Like the whole time y'all play politics and y'all pretend we not human beings. So you don't let real people be politicians. So you got a bunch of puppet people who do the politicians, because that's who wins. Is the people who can play the political game, right? They're shaking hand and kissing babies. Y'all don't want no real dudes in there. Ain't no people who stand on business, solid integrity, all that. They're there at the state level. You have a lot of congressional and Senate people on the federal level too who stand on business, but nobody in the political who makes politics their career really is like, you can always dig at any of them and look at them and they have a questionable history. And then here comes this one guy who he just speaks his mind and no one knows how to do that, because for 15 years their whole career they've been pandering.
Yeah. Now, don't put it past Trump. He absolutely panders with he fear mongers and does the political game too. But you're right. He's not polished at all.
He's like Floyd
Mayweather
out there, man. He hitting anybody, nobody hitting him. It's crazy.
It's nuts. It's enough. And the thing is, people are trying to hit him, but it gains no traction. That's the thing. It gains no traction. And
I don't get it. Because he's like, as Americans, right? He don't even have like the value. He's fat. You know what I'm saying? Because as Americans, even though we are an overweight country, if you look at like the imagery we put out, we like to think we are the fit country and fitness and stuff, right? He's fat. Okay? He probably got fake hair. He's probably balding.
100%.
He pays beautiful women to have sex with him.
Probably.
He can't bag women on his own. He pays for this. We're talking about a rich man who can't have sex off his own merit. Okay? Influential and rich and still has to pay for it. Has no family values for real. Has been divorced. Lusts over his daughter publicly. Okay? Has the two dumbest sons in the history. How your sons are dumber than you. Like, you're dumb. You're one of the dumbest people I've ever seen. And your sons are dumber than you. And like no one can get. You're not rich. You're lying about your wealth. You haven't released the tax returns for a reason, because you don't have the money you say you have. You know what I'm saying? And you're weird. Like you have weird charges. You have like weird sexual assault, weirdo charges. You know what I'm saying? Like you're a creep.
Yeah.
And yet he's Teflon. He's a Teflon Don because dogs, society's in a decline. The moment we stop hitting our children, this was it. I don't like that was a joke, but I don't know. I don't know when we got hit, but we're hit, baby.
Yeah, it's.
And I said my take. So
I think that I think that the biggest thing on my end is that we have a system that created this. You know what I mean? This two-party system sucks. We're one of the only countries in the world that still do this.
Yeah, let me tell you something.
And
I want to say this. I have to say this to you publicly. I'm not the biggest Andrew Yang fan in the world, right? But he was young, he had new ideas, and he didn't feel like this political puppet. And maybe the Democrats could have put something behind him a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if not him, people like him. You know,
Right.
like a Buttigieg or other people around that place. Because Sleepy Joe ain't gonna get it for y'all, man. The establishment politics is gonna get y'all killed, man.
Yeah, that's what's going on. It's like, and no one's stepping up to Biden because I really don't know why. I don't get it. It's
He
so
don't even know he's
obvious
supposed to
and
make a
clear.
left or a right when he on stage. Like,
Yeah, like he's out here like I'm running again. Like, why don't you think he's not campaigning? Why do you think they're not putting him out there? Because this man, Joe Biden, cannot hold a conversation coherently. Now, here's the thing. We're talking about dudes that are 80. We're talking about grandfathers here.
Yeah.
So it's not even a shot at them. It's just where they're at. But we're in such a psychotic mode where these are our only options. How? How did we get here? To your point, Kano, how did we get here? And to your point, Martin, I'm not voting. I'm not. Sue me, bro. I don't care.
Yeah,
if this is the best you could give me, and this is the best our system could create during a time where it is a terrible time right now, get out of here, bro. This is a joke. And we're putting grandfathers in charge of the free world. You know what I mean? Like,
we might have to fall apart because we saw the Democrats lose in 2016, and you thought, okay, because look, while he was old, he was an old candidate, he was a new idea candidate, and he had youth voters behind him, and he birthed the movement that allowed newcomers to come up like AOC and like Talib, right?
Yo, whatever happened to them? Why are they not in the running?
Because the Democratic Party is carnivorous, and what's the word when you eat your own kind of people? Jeffrey Dahmer. Whatever he is.
That's not the word, but I get
the Democratic Party is Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer, and we're Cat Williams out here.
No, but like for real, like that's where it started. They burnt Bernie so that Hillary could win. Hillary lost because your establishment politics suck, right? Yeah. And then they never learned. They gave us Joe Biden again, and they thought they were smart. They thought they won. Like, establishment politics. No, you won because the man almost had a revolution on the 6th. It's just that he had the shaman guy who drinks his pee or something, and he can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, bro.
And the thing is that, and now you have a situation where the incumbent president, who normally wins the next election statistically, he is the one who is losing support with people, with young people, because of his unrelenting stance and loyalty to Israel, no matter what. So he's drastically losing the vote of them.
I'll be real.
He's drastically losing the vote of people like Arab Americans or Muslim Americans, and also he's losing the vote of Black Americans because of all of this as well. He's losing majority votes here, and of people of the youth. It's crazy what is happening right now, and yeah, it's likely gonna roll it over to Trump, I assume, because he has a more active base.
Yeah, but
Biden don't.
Every president you get is going to be a little supportive of Israel.
Yeah, but not like this.
I got you. I understand.
Yeah.
But recapping the night, today is January 23rd, 2024. In my book, today is the day that we realized that Donnie aka Dumb Donnie, aka Creepy Donnie. I'm doing the nickname thing now. All right,
Donnie Hathaway.
Donnie. That's not a good one. Stop it.
Donnie has a way.
This is why you got bullied in middle school. So,
yeah, that was mad specific.
so
who told you?
You can't come up with names. So now listen. What I was gonna say is, man, you threw me off my. God. Oh, today's the day that we know that in my book that Donald Trump won the 2024 actual election. No one is in his way anymore. The Republicans can't stop him. The Democrats won't do anything to stop him. President Donald Trump for the next 4 years, ladies and gentlemen. I am the best president, the biggest, the most amazing.
People love me from countries you've never even heard of. You've never even heard of these countries where they have rapists and murderers and people who build atomic bombs. They're terrible,
the Cant Focus
horrible.
Podcast, deport them.
If they're not for Puerto Rico.
Well, thank you for
deport them.
If you're still with us, thank you for riding with us for these, last 30 minutes where we share our thoughts on politics with y'all. I promise you my specialty is talking about Glorilla.
Let's deport them.
Okay.
We want to deport them, but let's talk about mention.
All right, have a good night, y'all. Thank you for locking in with us. Like, subscribe,
Puerto Rico.
share. Share like a bear. This is the thing. We're tired. That's what's happening.
Okay.
Can someone close this?
All right, y'all. It's great seeing y'all. Let us know in the comments below what you think. What do you think the next 4 years is going to be? And
okay.
let us know what you think the next 4 years is going to be.
You look worried. You look like you just got hit with the fact that Trump gonna win.
And let us know what's wrong with Martin in the comments below. We want to thank y'all so much for rocking with us. This is ridiculous. And who are you voting for? We thank y'all so much for rocking with us. This is Cant Focus Podcast, and we thank y'all for taking the time to focus on us.
Yeah.
Peace.
Yeah.
Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell icon at Cant Focus POD. Follow us.
Slide my DMs if you cute. I think spit just came out my mouth when I said that.
That wasn't cute.
Nope.